Alrighty, guys, welcome back to it. Conservative Confucius here. We're gonna get into it. Epic smackdown by a gay man against these ridiculous pro-Hamas lunatics. You guys got to see it. Don't forget to go down there, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to share this video if you like it. Alrighty, guys, let's get right down to it, I guess. Alrighty. It's posted by Ron M. Jutastic on Twitter and done originally by Daniel Spaulding.
Everything possible to maximize the civilian death toll, and Israel is doing everything possible to minimize it. That's not a genocide. You've been manipulated by propaganda to say it's a genocide from the global terrorist network.
Because our country was founded on genocide against both indigenous people and people kidnapped from Africa.
Jews are the indigenous people of Judea. Zionism is an indigenous rights movement. It would be like if the Iroquois were able to reclaim a part of their ancestral homeland and everyone who was Iroquois was able to come and live in this new Iroquois nation and have it be this Iroquois democracy where they reclaimed their Iroquois language and their Iroquois religion and had a little Iroquois nation. That's Israel. And that happened after a genocide was committed against the Jewish people. Hamas, a proxy of the Islamic Republic of Iran, wants to commit a genocide against the Jewish people, along with the Muslim Brotherhood and the Islamic Republic and all the other fucking evil jihadist groups in the world. That's their stated intention. And then, after they kill all the Jews, including you, they're going to kill all the gay men and then all the Christians, and we're all gonna fucking be killed by them because it's radical jihad. You've been manipulated into thinking Israel is committing a genocide. The radical Islamic terrorists manipulated you. You're too stupid to realize it. That's why people want to vote Republican. Because of crazy fucking people like you. Wake up out of your fucking delusional fever dream, and maybe the Democratic Party will have a chance.
I doubt they have a chance. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much to add on to that. Literally, I mean, he basically said it all, but it said, I mean, other than the way he pronounced Iroquois, which I've never heard it pronounced Iroquois. I've heard it Iroquois, only Iroquois. So I don't know what that was, but everything else was perfect. See another one posted by Marina Medvin, and this is him again. Ryan, or what is his name? Sorry. Daniel Spaulding. Go check him out on Instagram. Probably got a Twitter too.
This indoctrination against Israel has been going on for 20 years. This is something that started in the 90s from Soviet propaganda. It's a distortion of the fundamental aspects of how your country is set up, the idea that you're an apartheid state, the idea that you're a colonial state. This is all propaganda. A lot of it is complete mischaracterization, a manipulation, a deception of history.
It's not ignorance?
No, it's not. It was the easy. No, it was a planned, coordinated.
This is why I say these people aren't ignorant. Some of them are. I would say at least 40% to 30% of the pro-Hamas people are just ignorant. But the fact is they want to be in their ignorance, and that's where it becomes an issue. They don't want out of that ignorance. When you prove them wrong, they refuse to accept it and say it's all Jewish conspiracy, Jewish controlled websites and Zionist this and Zionist that. They don't want to be wrong. So even if they're ignorant, they are living in ignorance on purpose. So it's all planned. This is all part of their plan.
Thing that people sat down in an office and came up with. And it's a lot of it is about the inversion of cause and effect. People don't realize there's a military occupation because there's terrorism. They think there's terrorism because of a military occupation. That you're just so mean and treat these people so badly that they have no other choice but to be terrorists. It's a distortion of cause and effect. So this is what people have had drilled into them for 20 years. And then through social media, seeing all these propaganda videos, all these lies, all these distortions for years and years and years, and having it be this thing that's festering within them as a secret thing. Like, can you believe it, these Jews? Can you believe these Israelis, the way they treat the Palestinians? They're so evil. How could our government be allowing this? And so this sort of conspiratorial hatred of Israel has been festering in the public, and no one talks about it publicly because it's this taboo thing that we're not supposed to talk about.
And now everyone talks about it.
We're supposed to boycott Israel. We're supposed to not normalize Israel. Don't go to Israel. Don't support Israel. And that's because if you come to Israel, you see, oh my God, like, this is an amazing country. The people seem like they're living a beautiful, peaceful life here. Why is it that people have all these misconceptions? And then you have a moment where you snap out of it and you realize, oh my God, their leadership are terrorists. They've been radicalized by a terrorist regime. Okay, I get it. It's terrorism. When October 7th happened, I didn't realize how deeply I had snapped myself out of that indoctrination by coming to Israel and having long conversations with Israelis. And you know, I wasn't raised with any anti-Semitism. My family never said anything negative about Jewish people. And so that already was something way more than a lot of people. A lot of people are raised with anti-Semitism. So on October 7th, once I realized how insane, the insanity of people thinking that this was some sort of resistance movement against Israel, people aren't aware of the fact that Palestinian leadership are terrorists.
They are, they just don't want to accept it.
That's the cause.
See, they believe that the Palestinian leadership is only terrorists because of the Israeli state. So they don't believe that they're terrorists that were elected when there was nothing going on other than Israel giving them a chance to be free and happy and by themselves, and they fucked it up and voted in a terrorist. Like, that's completely different than what they believe. They believe Israel was somehow still occupying them, still harassing them, and then that's why they voted in a radical party, because they needed a party to fight back against whatever, evil they think Israel was committing.
Of Palestinian suffering and the radicalization of Palestinians. When I ended up doing my video and different friends confronted me, I realized they had so much misinformation about Israel. And I remember thinking, this is so bizarre. And I talked to a friend about it, a friend who was like a Jewish advocate after one of the sessions at the UN. And I remember thinking, this is so bizarre. I can't believe these people think this. And he said, well, maybe it's not so much about Israel, but about Western civilization. And then it clicked for me, and I realized, oh my God, this is a takedown of the West. If you isolate Israel, if you destroy Israel, if you destroy the West's connection with Israel, that's how you destroy the West. You turn everyone against their governments. It's exactly what...
Exactly. And people think, oh, well, if they're turning people against Israel, how are they turning them against their governments? Are you kidding me? Look at the country. Look at the world right now. Every country is suffering some type of mass rebellion against. France just voted in a far left / Islamist party. They burned down the city when they won. Like, look at Canada. Like, look at their leaders. Look at the UK. They just voted in more Muslims. Like, this is... not the major part. The major vote was for, a party that's kind of halfway left, halfway right. And that's okay, I guess. But all of the smaller elections were almost won by all Muslim Arab men. Like, that's an issue. Like, people, they're trying to take over governments. They've literally said it in videos and interviews over and over again. And until people wake up and realize this, we're going to, there is no saving us unless people wake the hell up and start fighting back.
It's the scapegoating of the Jews, but it's the scapegoating of the Jewish nation. This is what Hitler did in Germany to the Jews, but globally.
Yep.
As the Jewish nation. That's why this is such a dangerous time right now. And this is the message we need to communicate to people, because there is the threat of ideological terrorism. Like the Islamic Republic is like living in these people's minds, basically. They're living in their minds. You see it. The hostages were rescued. And
sadly, like, no one's going to want me to say this, but enough oppression against the Jews, enough hatred is going to lead to extremism within our own group. And I don't doubt if this doesn't get better within the next year or two, we will see a radical Jewish person attack someone, attack a mosque or something, because he just snapped. And I'm not saying that's okay in any way, but it's what happens when a group is literally targeted worldwide and told that they're subhuman and all kinds of different things. And I can see where he's coming from, but I disagree with it completely. Unlike the left, who says if that happened to a Muslim, they'd be like, "Oh, well, I'm not in support of it, but I understand it and I don't disagree with it. I won't disavow it." No, I'm not like that. If something happens on our side, I disavow it completely. I'm not like that. But I can get why they snapped emotionally. Like, I get that.
They're like, "No, don't rescue hostages." Like, what the fuck is the matter with these people? They have no concept. They have no concept. This demoralization of American and Western society. They don't realize Israel is our ally. Israel is the West. Israel is the future of the Middle East. And so this is what we need to communicate to people. People are anti-Semitic. Unfortunately, people have these horrible views about Israel. We need to make them realize it's you. They're coming for you. And anti-Semitism, it's a tool. Maybe it won't be a takeover of Islam, but there'll be some extreme right-wing backlash, which could lead to some horrible fascist regime coming into power. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. It's a very dangerous time. So this is the information we need to give people. It's the Islamic Republic of Iran. That is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, most of that's definitely correct. I agree with almost all of that. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, I said what I need to do in throughout that. So I think I covered most of that. But yeah, don't forget to go down there, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and don't forget to share this video if you like it. All of it really helps us. Alrighty, guys, we will see you next time.